Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. So happy to see you all again. And I just want to thank y'all for your um, awesome comments and your likes and subscribes. And I appreciate chit chatting with y'all. And I got a couple, three of you that I do, and I love y'all very much for that. Thank you. You keep me occupied. um, the energies have mellowed out and balanced a little bit. And that's what we saw at the end of the Divine Masculine reading. Archangel Metatron is all about, unexpected opportunities, balancing, um, finding the energy, the courage, the bravery you need to continue to move forward. And then Divine Feminine was riding the Wheel of Fortune and moving into her direction. And I have to tell you the truth. I reached up and peeked, okay, at the Creator's card this morning. I don't know why. I just sat down here and blanked out, okay? And it is the Page of Cups. It's all about a new journey. And we just went through this eclipse, which also was about reestablishing the normal, or breaking conventions and making things abnormal or strange or odd. And the Page of Cups is air of water. So really the first thing it made me think of, air and water, moisture, clouds, ethers. It made me actually think of the ethers. And man, he's standing on top of this beautiful blue planet. And blue is for communication and throat chakra. And he's got his feet soaking wet, like, yeah, and he's all red and shiny. Or he. These cards don't make it really necessarily a she or he. It's an energy that's flowing. And this energy is about new beginnings, about love, love of learning to love self and love others. It's about loving projects. It's not just about romantic love. It's just about, it could be just loving who you are and where you're at and where you're going. It's just about overall of, look at that. That looks good. You could take a shower under that water. That's pretty stuff. Got stars in it and stuff. Yeah, there's stars flowing in that water. And that's why I say about the etheric realms, the ethers, we were promised a time when things would change and people would learn better, evolve. Let's just say evolve. I don't want to say learn better, because we all seem to kind of follow along until something new is invented. And then when that new thing is created, we are all capable of doing the new thing, because we're like, oh, wow, we didn't know that. Shit, that's awesome, right? And so, when one finds a way, millions find a way, and then it becomes the way. And that's just the way. That's just the way it is. God says, it goes out into the ethers. It goes out into the collective consciousness. We all begin learning through lessons and by example. And before you know it, the earth is just rolling right along, evolving like she should be. And God's very happy with that. A lot of growth going on. Inspiration. People are being inspired. Even people who have been leaving me messages, and I'm like blown away, really. I didn't expect to, like, I didn't know what I expected. What I expected was I love tarot and I love people. And what I expected was to make connections with people who possibly have been through some of the same things as I had. And, I don't talk about it, but I was, married to a narcissist. It was quite the mental war. Um, I didn't even know I was under attack, but all that's behind me now. But what I'm saying is, times are changing. We're coming out from under those things. We're learning about ethics. We're learning that we're important too, and that we're nobody's bully. God is showing us simple, loving, kind, gentle, Gentile people that we are worthy to fight for our right to be loving, kind, and Gentile people. Yeah, I didn't know I was allowed to do that. Over the last 3 years, I have become, once I understood that I could still be loved by the universe and fight for my right to be a free individual, to think like I want, be what I want, um, do what I want, have what I want. Now, what do I want? I want peace of mind. I want a little spot that I can hermit in, because a lot of people might not understand, but I love being alone. I I have my own best imaginary friend, a lot of people would say, which is God. And when you got your imaginary friend, which to me is not imaginary at all, a lot of people though might think that, even in my own family, right? They're like, yeah, mom's in there with her imaginary friends. And to them it might be, but even this crystal is a living crystal, and this crystal is my friend. I love it. I tell it too all the time. And this elephant is also a crystal, and it's a part of the earth, and I tell it it's my friend. And not only do that, I talk to the elephant spirit about how much I admire the way they have developed their animalistic nature into taking care of their tribe, and their elderly and their newborns are very important within the herd. And I possibly thought about maybe next time I come back I might be an elephant. Thought about it. And with that being said, kind of went over in a loop there. We're going to move forward. So this is God's voice saying, look, we've got a beautiful new nature coming in. A lot of beautiful purifying waters. We're all going through this upgrade of learning how to love with real love and respect and dignity and all those beautiful things that come with love. And so I'm looking now, what should I use? I really like using a good messenger for God. I really do. I do. It just gets put in a way, even if it's a card that isn't the most popular, it's put in a way to make it feel as if, it's the right way. So this is a good messenger, as God would do, right? If God were talking to us, our creator who is trying to teach us and encourage us to learn things would be probably the best father, mother, right? And they would have the most loving, kind words for us as they were, letting us know the truth of our actions and consequences and blah, blah, blah. Because that's what parents were for. They came first so they would know the way. And we, as children, would listen, but then it got stale, right? And everybody wanted to do this and that without growing. Parents began to think they were who they were, and that's the way it was. And that's not the way it is. Parents are should continuously grow, read, um, meditate, look within, um, Myself, I'm a meditator. I love reading, but I never had the opportunity to get a lot of good books into my hand, and I didn't know a lot of people at that time in my life uh, that that knew about good books. So, I read what I thought would benefit me, and it sure did, and absolutely the dictionary did. So, but I love people telling me the stories and the things of what they know. I love hearing stories. I listen to stories all the time that's what I do practically. If I've got spare time, I want to listen to somebody tell a story on YouTube. You can find them everywhere and all different kinds of people. So it's pretty awesome. So let's ask God about this, this new water, this new adventure, this new life source that is coming to us from the Page of Cups, inspiration, this energy that's rising up in all of us if we take advantage of it. Let me cut these cards. Not that God would cheat or anything. Oh, Page of Waters. Again, in a different format. She's walking on the waters, walking on her emotions, letting them carry her across. Because that's what I'm seeing right now. Water and air again, the ethers. She's walking through the lilies. Yeah, the symbolism of the lilies is coming up from the deep and making your way from up out of the dirt to the top of to your emotions, to the top of all the stuff that you had stuffed down within your emotions. And when you finally reach the top, you are the lily. Yeah. I used to meditate of a lily coming up out of my heart, and I would see it going up through my throat and through the middle of my head, and it would bloom here on top, and I would use it to catch the dew of heaven to make sure that I didn't lose a lot going through. I don't know why I did that. I was just a weird kid, okay? I had an imagination. I always used my imagination to find God. And then when I realized that God, the universe, was literally reflecting back to me, talking back to me. I know, whatever, but it did, and it does to this day. I know that I am a part of the whole creation. I see my spot in it. I see God, universe, the powers that be talk to me, visited me, surround me constantly. It's pretty amazing. And I just thank God that I was a willing participant to, grow and move forward. Because I have seen some that have rejected the will of the Holy Spirit for change at this time. And I have seen them, and it's sad. It's sad. These people are lost. They're miserable. They hate themselves. They can't love us because they hate themselves. I have seen this, and it's sad. So for those of us who are willing to jump on this new age, but not new age, actually it's ancient, but it's so old that most don't remember that's the way it was in the beginning. We just all respected and loved one another and shared with each other. And, nobody thought they could own the earth. It just wasn't thought of, actually. And, everything that was upon the earth was for all of God's children. And from the way I understand it, nobody did without. People were invited into homes for meals, and wanderers were treated as sacred, brought into the tribe. Tell us your stories. Let us know what you've been doing, man. you know, and it was an overall community of goodwill and love towards one another. Everybody wanted everybody else to be okay, and kind of that's what I'm getting the feeling of from this, is that this is the feeling coming on that we will all be in the spirit of we really do want everybody to be okay. We want our children to be protected. Right there she is. You know, right there she is. We want our children to be protected and have a future. And we want our elderly to be protected and living among community, not set away or to the side. You know, there's things that could be done that could make sure these things are possible. It's just a matter of those who drive the government to begin taking the time to understand that these are things that need to be taught to a people who have been pulled away from their families, put into factories, separated from, working long hours and misunderstandings and separations and divorces and blah blah blah. And in that mix, the children and the elderly get forgotten. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think we could do better. I think we could do better to watch out for our people. I really do. And it will become a part of the system, I believe, because even God wants that, right? God don't want the children and the elderly abandoned. That's wrong. And then, how do those children grow up to do the same thing, to do the same thing, to do the same thing? And we want to change that. So we've got 2 page cups, 2 powerful energies coming in to change the way people are seeing things and feeling things. Love and inspiration and walking on waters. What if the story of Jesus, that he walked on water, wasn't so much that he literally walked on top of the water, but that he kept his emotions in check, and that he walked with love, regardless of what he'd been through. I mean, light as a feather, a heart light as a feather, and riding your emotions that are just fun and joyful and kind and gentle, because when you are these things, these are the things that 99% will get fed back to you, which is wonderful. Yeah, you get what you put out. So put out those beautiful feelings, because they will come back to you. And give it time. Work through time, divine timing, but the universe will reflect back to you if you are working with it, her, him, male and female. It is. So the energies are complex and dynamic, and being able to identify those energies help a lot. Oh, well, we've been talking about this guy a little bit. The Hangman. Let me see, which one is this? He's hanging on the moon. He's looking for his hidden abilities. And again, we got moon, water. This is about emotions. Sometimes we see the hangman in air, but the moon represents water, so he's hanging in the water. Because this is a trump card, I'm going to read it. The Hangman, what do I feel here? 12. The golden light coming down. He's working on perfecting his emotions. he's working on transforming and transmuting and turning things around in his favor. Yeah. This hangman is all about water and emotions. So sometimes I see them changing their mind, their perspective. But in this is finding new emotions within oneself. And we just went through this eclipse. The full moon is all about water and emotions. Look at it. Look at the emotions flowing and allowing them to flow, allowing it to come in, allowing your emotions to, have their way, and let it just flowing through. Nobody's stopping it. Nobody's stopping it. Not even her. There's the waves going, but she's still walking on top. She's feeling her emotions. She understands her emotions. She loves her emotions. And this right here is feeling your emotions. God says we're all feeling our emotions. And I almost want to point this to the divine masculine. It doesn't matter, but if the divine masculines who have been taught to hide their emotions for so long are now feeling them, that means healing is coming. Healing. Because when you feel them, you heal them. Whether they're beautiful emotions that you're walking on top of that make you feel light as air, or if you have emotions that make you feel topsy-turvy, a little unsettled or twisted or upside down, and you're not sure what your emotions are, that's when it's your job to look through and feel them and feel where they're coming from. This is an opportunity to feel. Yeah. Feeling, feeling, feeling. Look, I've been meditating the last few days. I've had to meditate. Now, my meditations don't take long, right? 2 to 5 minutes at the most, but I've found myself wanting to balance out my emotions more than I have ever before. And when I meditate, I visualize, of course, and my intention is to clear my energies of, of anything that's not of my energy, because I absorb energy. And that's why I don't watch TV. I don't watch anything that's got anything in it that's disturbing. And I don't read that kind of stuff either. I value my peace. I value what I think about. And I want to think about beautiful things. Why not? Why not? Why not think about beautiful things like love and transformation and changing the world into a better place? Why not be grateful for the reflections that I'm seeing of the change and stuff that's going on? I don't have to flood my mind with the fake lies and stuff that are out in the world and making people believe this is the way the world is supposed to be. No, it's not. It's not. Turn from it, and they'll quit doing it when they don't get an audience anymore. You get a child having a fit and you don't really know what to do. The best thing you can do for that child is turn around, walk away, and shut the door and let it have a fit. Let it do what it's due. When it realizes nobody cares, it doesn't have a fit anymore. It's simple as that. So, in my opinion, I feel like we should ignore it, turn our backs to it, not watch it on TV, not feed it any energy, and hopefully it'll go away. And I do pray about it, that I do wish it would go away. The violence, the shootings, the guns, these things that everybody demand that they have to have. But in all reality, it's just chaos. You don't have to have a gun. You don't have to go hunting. There's only one reason you need a gun then. I mean, if you're not out there hunting every, hunting season, if you're not hunting to harvest food, then you've got a gun there to protect yourself. So you think somebody wants what you have, and already you're putting out the perception, to manifest that. You don't want people to want what you have. Why would you want that? Yeah, if you think you've got stuff that other people want and you have to guard it and protect it with guns and high fences and gates, you got a guilty conscience. You got too much stuff. You got too much shit. Back in the day, we didn't gather up things like that and hoard them. We traveled light. I know we don't live back in the day anymore, but even as civilians that stay in the same place for a long, long time, that don't mean we gotta hoard up all kinds of stuff. Get rid of that shit. Forbear. Resting. God says rest. We've been through a lot of energy coming in. We're still in blue. We're still in water and air. Yeah, that's water and air. Water and air. Water and air. Water and air. That's mind and voice. Mind and voice. Mind and voice. Over the emotions. Not really controlling the emotions, but understanding the emotions and using your voice to express the emotions. That's beautiful. Okay, one more card, guys, and then I gotta go. I love y'all, spending time with y'all. And if this resonates with anybody, if you're feeling your emotions, understanding your emotions, but yet at the same time, observing them and witnessing what's going on around you and growing from it, give me a heads up and say, yay! And here we are again. More emotions. They're getting a little darker. We got 5 of water here. She's in her shell. Maybe somebody out there is having a little bit of a difficult time working through their emotions, getting out of their emotions. Yeah, see, she looks stuck in that shell. Nobody else looks stuck at all, but somebody's a little bit stuck in their emotions. And that's when we rise above the emotions, cry, dance, shift those emotions around, go outside and stand in the sunshine. Use it as a tool to propel yourself into learning more. Look at your patterns, because our patterns are very important in life. You see how that shell, the shell is a pattern. So this is a pattern that you're stuck in. Whoever is out there, or don't get stuck in patterns, is what God's saying. There we go. Don't get stuck in patterns. This is more emotions, all water, all water. I'm going to get the book for that. Don't get stuck in the emotions is what I'm thinking that is. Be willing to move forward and just kind of let it ride, let it go, and lift yourself up out of there. Five of water. We're not going to leave it at that. We're going to get one more. Yes, releasing grief. allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness, the ebb and flow of emotion. Feel the fullness of your emotions as they wash through you. The ebb and flow are part of life, and be present in your feelings today. Fully forgive yourself and others, and let go of any emotions that were holding you back from acknowledging the truth. You deserve the freedom that comes when you release what is no longer working for you: sadness, anger, angst, frustrations. Make amends to those you may have harmed when emotions were coloring your perceptions. Surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. So, this is a message if you are holding on to anything: anger, resentment, jealousy, frustration, to allow that to be released, whether through tears or if you have to go outside and, bark at the moon, howl at the moon, whatever you gotta do. I've done it all. God does not mind. In fact, God would appreciate it if you would come out and give him a good discussion on rights and honor and what you think you should do. God would love that. Yes, God would love that. Okay, here's my cards. Oh, here they are, right in front of me. Okay, we're gonna pull one more card. I don't think I've ever pulled so many moisture blue cards. Even though this is a four of air, you can see the cloudy. So you know there's moisture in there. Right? Right. Yeah. Okay, one more card, Most High. Creator of creations. And when you learn to handle your emotions, oh boy, that's the greatest thing in the world. When you know you can get your emotions under control and basically walk the walk, talk the talk without your emotions interfering, and you understand what your emotions are and why they're doing what they're doing, you become an unstoppable force. You're just, you're happy. You control them. You control your emotions. You live to be happy after that. You live to be joyful. You live to be in peace. And that's the beauty of it. And once you find and attain peace, all things are possible. Ace of Earth, it's a gift. It's a gift from the Most High, right? Ace of Pentacles, a gift from the Most High. Peace surpasses everything. To be at peace with yourself and everything around you, to understand yourself, to know yourself, is one of the most peaceful things that you can experience. And it all begins with knowing your waters, your emotions. And with that being said, we see that God, when you learn to master your emotions, it becomes a gift in the material world, right? Everybody can see it, and you can see it. But better than that, it's not so much about seeing it, doggone, but does it ever feel good? Okay, well, I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, leave your comments. Just know that I'm so grateful to hang out with all of y'all. And it's like, oh shucks, I can't believe y'all even listen to me. So, and I am goofy, and I love being goofy. And you guys go ahead and be a little goofy too, because it's a beautiful thing to feel goofy sometimes. See you later. Bye bye.